girls, ladies and gentlemen, hello here from startupdiaries.org, directly in the rolling office that we call La Oficina. We're on the hunt for people redefining work, finding alternative work models here in South America, and we found Valeria. Welcome.
Hi.
To the rolling office.
Thank you.
You had your first client in the United States and you were 14 years old.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Growing up, I always knew I didn't want it to be part of the system. I didn't like the way things worked. My parents also always told me I shouldn't have a boss and just follow what everybody else does, but just do whatever I wanted to do. So I kind of grew up like that. And when I was 11, 12, I already started thinking that it was a waste of time for me to go to school because I didn't like the way things worked. I didn't like the things they taught me, and I was not good at all. My grades were on the floor. I didn't have good grades at all. So when I was 12, I decided to quit school.
How did your parents take that?
Well, I made a family meeting and I was super serious talking to my parents. I did some research on people who were homeschooled or quit school at all. First they were shocked. They didn't know what to say, but they really understood because they knew me. They knew me really well and they knew I was not happy at all in school. It was just a place to socialize for me.
Right.
I couldn't understand anything because I had this problem with following the rules and the authority, and I just didn't like it. I was not good at it. I didn't like going. I was miserable. So they agreed to give me 1 year.
Trial year.
The trial year, yeah, to see what I'm doing, what's going on with my life. And if nothing would be happening in a year, I would have to go back to school. And I didn't want that, so I started learning and reading and seeing what I can do.
What did you learn and how?
At the time I was really interested in photography. So first I just started doing photos and then I wanted to have a website. So I couldn't pay a developer because I was 14. I didn't have any money whatsoever. So I kind of just started reading tutorials that I found on Google, do-it-yourself website or learning codes. And I think back then I could learn things much more easily. When you're a kid, you can learn really fast. So it kind of interests me a lot, the whole web design, web development. It was really fun. First failing a lot of times while doing tutorials, and then it works, and then you're so happy. And I don't know, just reading and copy paste codes, and finally I had my first website. I was really proud about it. I was really happy about it. So I was in this forum for photographers and models to kind of just network and get work like that. So I was always posting my website because I was so proud of it,
Yeah.
I was check out my website. And so one day this model from LA writes me, she sends me a message through this site. And she's asking me who did my website because she likes the colors, she likes the style. It was very girly for me, I was a girl. And I told her, yeah, I'm a web developer, I can totally do your website. So first I thought it was not gonna happen. And then it happened and she sent me the money and I started researching awesome. Crazy. Yeah, it took me about a week to finish it.
Did she know you're 14?
Yeah, she knew I'm 14. She was so shocked by it. She couldn't believe it. She thought it's really crazy and fun. And she wanted to see what happens,
Yeah.
So I did her website. She loved it. She was super happy about it. She even wrote on her profile in this site hey, this girl from Peru, Valeria, she made my website, you should hire her. So she sent me actually a lot of clients. I always told her you're my angel, because she sent me so many clients and so many referrals.
Is it here where we have to go, right?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I don't think so. So yeah, I started like that, and then with the next website I learned more and I really remembered some codes, and I was really interested in it, I felt I was smart for doing this alone. And in my school all the teachers were always saying I'm not smart enough, or I'm not putting enough effort. It was awful, you know. I was in a Catholic school. It was really bad. And I would just tell the teachers, you know, I want to be an artist. I don't care what you think. So my parents always knew I was not fitting into that, you know. And everybody told me I'm crazy for doing it, that I'm gonna fail. Like, the rest of my family didn't agree with that. Like, nobody agreed with that. My friends, they thought I'm crazy hippie, that I'm gonna be back in school in no time.
Right.
So when I was 14 and I started making money, it was like a big shock to everyone. Like, how is this happening?
How did this model pay you for the website?
She sent me $600 in Western Union. That I told her that's how much it's gonna cost my time, you know. And I couldn't believe it. It was like a dream, you know. I went from not having any money at all. Like, my parents would give me maybe like 10 soles on the weekend. It was like nothing. $3.
Yeah.
And then I had all this money, and I felt like so independent. It was not so much about the money, but about the thought that I never wanted to have someone tell me what to do. I never wanted to have a boss. I wanted to do like whatever I want with my life, and that was okay.
Right.
And yeah, it felt great.
Nice.
It felt really nice.
So you went to Western Union and picked up the $600 being 14 years old.
Yes, it was crazy. It was really crazy.
Oh my God. And then what did your friends say when you made it?
Well, then when my friends started realizing that I'm actually making money, everybody wanted to do it to start with, you know, but the parents wouldn't let them. So then everybody wanted to hang out with me magically, you know, everybody wanted to be kind of part of it and talking about it in school. I would go visit sometimes, and like I would tell the teachers what I'm doing, and they couldn't believe me. It kind of like just everybody changed their mind about what I was doing. And I don't know, but it really counts for me, the people who supported me at first, who are my parents, you know. They were actually the only ones who believed in me and who believed that I can actually do it.
What are your parents, or what were your parents doing at the time?
Well, my dad has been a musician forever. He plays sometimes, but he also started to have an online business. Like, he would have like play Super Mario websites and just have Google ads on it. So he actually learned that you can make money online, and it's kind of easier. So he also told me that, you know, that I should find something to do online that I like, and that I could just do whatever I want and go wherever I want and not depend on anyone. And he told me that that was the future, so I should try it if I like it, you know. And I really liked it, like to be independent that way. And I moved out and I lived alone when I was like 14, 16. I was just being independent already with my life.
Wow.
And it was great.
So now you're 24.
Now I'm 24, yeah, in 10 years.
What happened in those 10 years?
Well, I've been working a lot. I mean, I was really lucky because I've been always an artist and I like creative things and creative people. So I've been really lucky to work with like really good fashion photographers that I respect a lot, and creatives like art directors and startup companies, which is great. I met really nice people, and not just clients, that also like friends. We created these friendships, and it's been great. Like, it's been really great. And the English helped me a lot, you know. It's like a must if you want to do this.
So what advice would you have for people who are 14 now, or maybe 18?
Yeah.
How to go about it? If they want to have an independent job that they can do from anywhere, what would you do if you're 14 again now?
If I'm 14 again, I would tell everybody that it's not gonna be easy. It wasn't easy for me. I kind of like just tell the story laughing about it, because it's like, it hasn't been easy, but it's been really fun. I would tell everybody that you can learn whatever you want as long as you put some effort into it, and you really believe in yourself and believe in your talent, and just work hard for it and network a lot. And just the same way I had this opportunity with this model, everybody can have an opportunity with someone, and it has to start somewhere. Yeah. And even if you have to start in the lowest or charging $5 per hour or whatever, you should go for it if that's what you really want. And just work hard and be creative and get inspired and believe in yourself, and you're gonna do just great.
Good stuff. So how does a typical day look like for you?
A typical day would be like waking up and having a smoothie and maybe going running or doing some yoga, and then check my emails, see if there's something like urgent I have to reply right away. If there's nothing urgent, I kind of like just think about what I have to do and plan my day, and I work a few hours a day, maybe 4 hours mostly.
Yeah.
And I like that about my work, that I can be independent and just do whatever I want, meet friends, go out for a drink, or I don't know, whatever I feel like doing that day. I don't have like a set time for anything.
Okay.
And I know some freelancers do, but I don't. It's kind of like just how I've been working all these years, and it works for me. But if there's like an emergency with a client or something like that, yeah, right away I do it, because it's also important to keep your clients happy. That's about it. That's kind of my story.
It's a really inspiring story.
Thanks.
I was pretty impressed when I read about how it happened for you. I think it's a great example of how you can self-educate if you're motivated enough.
Yeah.
And basically, you can find everything in the internet in these days. If you have a computer and
sure. You can find whatever you are looking for if you're looking the right way.
Right. And I think it's just important to have some people who do the same, that you can connect to and network and talk about.
That's also great. It helps a lot. Like when you hear stories about people, that's why I like to tell people my story, because maybe somebody gets inspired to do the same, which is great. It's always good to motivate people and to give them like a little bit of hope, because in this world, especially in my country, it's like whenever you talk about things like that, everyone is gonna put you down and everyone's gonna tell you it's not possible, you're not gonna have money, you're not gonna make it. And if you have someone telling you this, or maybe you see an interview or you read it online, it kind of like helps you a lot,
right.
Which is great.
Good stuff, and good luck for the future.
Thank you. Same to you.